Films, cinema, was something that I was exposed to at a very early age. There was a sense of refuge and a sense of a protective cocoon in a way. The flicker on the screen, the projector noise, and the world it takes you into. It also was a sense of a sacred sense, is that you go to a place for it. And then the lights come down and this image comes up. Normally, I think I'm interested and curious about people who have their own vision, have their own way of seeing the world, and ultimately is a real filmmaker because of having a very real drive to make films. With Selena, I think the kind of filmmaker she'll be will be the person who will go and become a part of the world that she's trying to create in the film she's making. I think this is very rare, and for me, a surefire way of making good pictures.
What I really aim is to capture a character, capture a situation, as much as possible, a real and true moment. That is what film is about for me. This film is much, it has to have more violence than the previous one. And in that way, you know, Marty is the perfect mentor, so.
She's obviously making the films that she wants to make in the way she wants to make them. The rapport that she had with those kids, a sensitivity to the way they interact, the body language. This is something that's so essential and so natural to her.
When you go to the shooting, you have the script in your mind. And then when you go to the editing room, you have the shooting in your mind, and you are like struggling between what you think that you have and what you really have. That's the most difficult part of being a director. It's funny because we are so different in a way. In another way, the obsessive part of the thing, I think we are very similar.
I mean, in the end, no matter how much money is spent, we're all, you know, filmmakers. Ultimately, you should see we're all filmmakers that totally desperate to get the shot before the clock runs out. And this is what ultimately I think it's about, the desperation to get what you want on film, to get that shot. But it's a process. And I think what this is all about is to have younger generation be a part of a process, to see a process on another level. Just to be around on that level is very good for her.
This whole last year have been so intense and so rewarding. I feel like more strong and more confident with myself, that's for sure.
With Selena, I think it's an issue of believing in that inner core of what you want to say and do. You have to remain strong, and that's the kind of filmmaker I like to encourage. Orson Welles was the one who said, you know, you can learn anything you need to know about filmmaking, quote unquote, that's camera, sound, whatever, celluloid, video at this point, in 4 hours. It has nothing to do with anything. That has nothing to do with it. It has to do with what you want to say. If you feel you have something to say, you'll find that way to get it said on film and not let anyone or anything chip away at that or tarnish it, because it's something special and precious. The most important thing about the Rolex program is, of course, the relationship with the protege and the mentor. This is what it's about. You could be generating new artistic visions for the future generations. This is something that we need. It's something that spiritually we can't do without.